energy transmission and the traces of life. When we look at everyday actions like ironing, we can see a simple process that hides a fundamental scientific principle of energy transmission. It is the process of heat energy from the iron being transferred to the fabric, changing the state of the fabric. But this is not simply a matter of straightening or flattening the fabric. In fact, it is a symbolic image of how energy passes through everything in the universe, leaving its traces, and it is this trace that carries information. Energy and information, the traces of transmission. When we talk about energy, many people may immediately think of electrical energy, heat energy, or mechanical energy. However, the nature of energy is not just about transforming from one form to another, but also about how it leaves traces after passing through a system. These traces are information. For example, when an iron transfers heat energy to a piece of fabric, the energy changes the structure of the fibers. This is similar to the way energy in the universe passes through objects, creating physical or chemical changes in the objects it passes through. It is these changes, the traces that the energy leaves behind, that are information about the process of energy transmission. In other words, information is evidence of the presence and influence of energy. But it doesn't stop there. Information is not just the words or symbols we use to communicate. In nature, every physical phenomenon can be considered information. From the movement of planets to the proliferation of cells in the body, all are the result of energy transmission and transformation. The existence of life is also a testament to this. Life only appears when energy passes through biological systems and leaves behind information. Time and the past, the concept of energy absorption. One of the interesting aspects of energy transfer is the relationship between time and the past. When we talk about time, we are actually talking about how physical systems absorb and transform energy through different stages. For example, when you iron, the longer you leave the iron on the cloth, the more energy the cloth absorbs, and as a result it either warps or flattens depending on the amount of energy it receives. The past can be understood in a similar way. Everything we have experienced in the past is essentially an event involving the absorption and release of energy. The past is not an abstract concept, it exists in the energy traces that we can observe today. Just as a piece of cloth retains its shape after being ironed, events in the universe, from the formation of stars to the development of life, leave behind an energy trace, and that trace is how we see the past. Energy transmission in modern life, information systems and mathematics. In the present era, we are living in the information age 4.0, where information systems have become an indispensable part of society. But interestingly, all modern information systems are based on the same principle of energy transmission that I have described. The internet, cloud computing, and artificial intelligence, all are information processing systems built on the transmission of data and energy between devices. That is why mathematics plays an important role in both everyday life and in science. Every activity that humans perform, whether it is calculating by hand or controlling complex computer systems, is based on modeling the process of energy transmission in the form of numbers and equations. This makes humans a creature that always performs calculations in all its activities. The origin of life, the result of energy transmitting through the universe. And here is the most important key. The origin of our life comes from the process of energy transmission through the universe. When energy passes through physical systems, it leaves traces in the form of information, and it is this information that creates the structure and function of living organisms. Life, therefore, is the result of a long chain of processes of absorbing and releasing energy. From the distant past of the universe to the present, energy has continuously passed through biological systems, creating increasingly complex forms of life. We can't see energy directly, but we can see the information it leaves behind, like the way a piece of fabric changes after being ironed. And it's from these traces that humans have built entire civilizations based on science and mathematics. Conclusion: searching for energy traces, decoding information. Every human action, from daily eating to scientific research, is an attempt to track down energy traces and decode the information it leaves behind. We may not see energy, but we know it exists because of the traces it leaves around us. And decoding those traces is how we understand ourselves, the universe, and the origin of life.